we have Adamic Covenant. Adamic Covenant. This is a covenant that was made between God and Adam. Now, when you dream with a snake,
I love you, and I want to have you.
You can't have.
oh, praise the name of the Lord. Welcome back to Jurista Media. And here we expose the truth. And I'm happy that I'm back again, since for a while I've not posted anything. But for today, God has given me something that we can share and all of us to be blessed in the mighty name of the Lord. So as we talk, so today I want us, we talk about covenant. What is covenant? So that we may know the people, the covenant that we have been making are not fulfilling if they can follow us and be a barrier of the things that we are facing in daily basis. So today I want us to know what is covenant. So covenant is a solemn agreement between two persons or two groups of people. So when you and your friend has made an agreement that you shall do this and the other to do this, that's an agreement. An agreement also can be made between two parties. For example, it can be made between a person and a company, maybe to hire a land or in terms of supply of commodities and goods. So that one is a covenant that is made between two parties, and a covenant also can be made between two groups. A covenant also can be made between two separated groups. For example, a woman has left his husband, and they make a covenant of how to be caring of the children. He shall be supplying such commodities. He shall be paying school fees, and a covenant is there signed for this caring of the family. And also, covenant can also be done maybe in the laws, maybe in marriages. So we have different places where covenants are made. So that is what we call covenant. And I know that each and every of us has ever made a covenant in different positions and in different places, and you are the one who knows where you make this covenant. So if you have broken the covenant, know that you should go back and fulfill that covenant. So I want to give some examples of the covenants that we have in the Bible. So number one, I want to tell you we have Adamic Covenant. Adamic Covenant. This is a covenant that was made between God and Adam. You know, God promised that he shall be there to support Adam, and then Adam was supposed to be respecting and loving God and doing according to the covenant and according to the laws the Lord had given him. So God and Adam came to an agreement, and they made a covenant together. Number two, we have Noahlic Covenant. This is a covenant that was made between God and Noah. You know, Noah was the one who built. During this time, God released a lot of, it is not a lot of, but I think he released rainfall in amount that could make, that there was flood that made the ark to flood on it, on the water. This flood made that every person that was out of the ark to die. It make the mountains to fall. It makes the trees to fall down, even where people had gone to hid themselves. After this session, then God made a covenant with Noah that he shall be there to protect his people, and he shall not bring again and destroy his people again with the water. So there is a symbol. Whenever the covenant is made, there must be a symbol, and therefore that's why you see even in the bank, even in magistrate, in the courts, there is the signatory symbol. So in this time of Noahlic Covenant, the symbol was at the label. Yes, so the label was a sign of covenants was a sign of Noahlic Covenant. So if you read from Genesis chapter number 9 verses number 3, you will see more about this Noahlic covenant. Number 3, I want us to know about Abrahamic covenant. Abrahamic covenant is a covenant that was made between God and Abraham. Now, God promised Abraham to fulfill all his promises that he had said to do unto Abraham. So that is a covenant that God made with Abraham. So part A of this, as we see the examples of Abrahamic covenant, or the promises that God gave to Abraham. Number 1 is that he would increase the numbers of his descendants of Abraham, and also make Abraham the father of nations. And therefore, that's why we say that Abraham is the father of nations, and we are the descendants of Abraham. So, Abraham is the father of nations. And even that's one of the examples of covenants that God gave to Abraham. Number part B, God promised to be God of Abraham descendants. So we know that God is our God. He promised our father Abraham that he shall be there with us, and we shall never be discouraged in each and every position, but because he is our God. Part C is that Abraham will have his own son. Remember that Abraham, by this time, he was so old, his wife was old, and he had gone past past menopause. That's where we believe that she can never get pregnant. But this time, God promised that Abraham will have his own son, and God gave him Isaac. So that's a promise. Remember even that God tested the faith of Abraham when he was told to sacrifice his only son, that is Isaac. And because Abraham was so respectful, he made it, and he decided to go and sacrifice as God had said. So during the sacrificial time, that God provided a lamb that Abraham sacrificed. So God is faithful God, and as he promised to be the God of Abraham's descendant, is true. He showed in this time, and when he was testing the faith of Abraham, that he is the God of Abraham and God of his descendant. And part C of this is that God promised that Abraham that he shall inherit the land of Canaan and other lands from in that area, that is from the river of Egypt to the river Euphrates. That's why we say that he was living between the two, river Tigris and river Euphrates, and therefore that's what God promised, that he shall give Abraham that land. If you can read more, you can go to Genesis chapter number 15, 17 to 18. And the next part is that we have Mosaic Covenant. This is a covenant that was made between God and Moses, but not Moses, because Moses was representing the Israelites. So it's a covenant that was made between God and Israelites. And this time is the time that he was taking them from the land of Egypt to the promised land. And he there promised them that he shall be there with them, and he shall be there to provide to them. And even this, there was a sign, because God, during the time that Moses took the Israelite children unto the Mount Sinai, God gave them the laws of covenant written in the tablet of stone and the 10 commandments. So these written laws were sign of covenant between God and Israel. So that is another type of covenant that we have in the Bible. So we have another one that is Davidic covenant. So David and God also made a covenant. And therefore, God promised him that his dynasty would rule forever. So Davidic covenant would his ways would rule forever and be the king of the land, and his inheritance and his descendant will be there in the rule of the government. We also have the Messiah. This is the last one, the Messiah. That is from the word Messiah, Messiah covenant, and this is the new covenant that was made between Christians and God through Jesus Christ. And this is where many of the churches and many denominations brings a tug of war, because others are there. That is a covenant that has been made. That is Messiah covenant between God through Jesus Christ and Christians. Therefore, we are not under the law, but under the grace. But people and different denominations has different understanding. And I'm not against any denomination. Just believe what you believe. But what is there is that there was a Messiah covenant between God, that is through Jesus Christ, his son, and the Christians. So we are not under the law. And if you who believes under the law, and you say that is God was said, is who has said, you should know that why was this written, and who was this message derived to, because some of the message were derived to people who are dancing, and then you expect and you say that we are the one who is taught this. You might not be the one who is told, or the Lord is speaking about you. So it's better and good thing that you understand the way the Bible is telling us, and understand spiritually, not about the manic, the way you understand it. The Bible might be written very well, but with different understanding, and who was to be told this message. So it's not every message belongs to you. Other messages were belonging to other. Like when Paul was speaking to the church of Corinth, the church of Paul, the church of Ephesians, and other churches. So some messages were not about you, it's about the church and the way they used to behave. So those are the examples of the covenants that we have in the Bible. And I'm happy that you have learned something new in this class. And may God bless you. Continue subscribing, like, share, and comment to this channel, that we may hit the target. May God bless you. You as Julius Mwangi. God bless you.